to examine what the world would look like if America had never existed. The announcement comes on the heels of his wildly successful 2016 Obama's America, which became the second highest grossing political documentary of all time. Joining us now is author, filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza. Dinesh, I swear I can remember when you used to have a tie. You've gone Hollywood, not sufficient to be best-selling author, scholar, but I mean, you got it all going now.
Well, I discovered with 2016 that the film medium is just so powerful, and we had 3 million people see the film. It's now in DVD and video on demand. Right. So a film allows you to both make an intellectual argument, but also allows you to appeal to emotion and get people to feel what you're trying to say.
In 2016, you did that beautifully. It was a terrific documentary, aside from the fact that it's splendidly a commercial success. But you left out Obama in America. You dropped him from the title of this second documentary. What do you expect to achieve by the premise, which is fascinating to me? What would the world look like without America?
I mean, think about it. Columbus came west, and actually he wasn't looking for America. He was looking for a way to the Far East, for India. Mm-hmm. That's kind of why he called the people he met Indians. So we almost create a thought experiment. Imagine if there was a great sea quake and America just dissolved into the sea. There would never be an America. Columbus would keep going, and all the events of America, the world would look dramatically different. But I think in the film we are going to ask a second question. What if America today begins to recede in economic and political importance? What will the world look like in the future?
Let me talk about thought experiments, because it fascinates me that we have suddenly so many people talking about red lines on Syria, talking about being militarily assertive, if not adventurous. Pick your word, but as value-laden as you want. But the reality is we have a military in this country that has now been exhausted. I think you can make a case that we have treated our troops so poorly and without the honor they deserve. And for so many people to be so eager, it seems, to push them into another conflict, to deploy them to Africa. Sometimes power is utterly dependent upon your reluctance and in your insistence not to use it. Do you think America is capable of that kind of maturity?
I think we saw that. If I think back to the 80s and the Reagan doctrine in particular, if you remember, Reagan's idea was that people should fight for their own freedom. We don't fight, we help. And so Reagan would support the Afghan Mujahideen against the Soviet Union in Afghanistan, but we didn't send a whole bunch of troops over there. No. I think for the American founders, the key was not to make America the world's policeman, but for us to have a recipe that would be a formula for the world to benefit economically and politically. And that's the real question. What happens if the American idea, the American dream, what if that starts going away? What will take its place?
We're basically out of time, but I can't leave this opportunity to ask you this. Your sense is the American dream perseveres?
I think America's a lot bigger than Barack Obama. So I think one of the things we want to do in the film, we'll show Obama's America, but we'll also show the America of 1776 and how that spirit can be kept alive today.
Dinesh D'Souza, good luck. We're waiting for the next installment.